Hey everyone, I'm Nancy and welcome to my introduction video. I just finished cleaning up my house, so my tire's a little ragged. But welcome to my video and a little bit about myself. So I am the clinic supervisor and physician extender for a Mohs surgeon, which is just a procedure to remove skin cancer named after Frederick Mohs, M-O-H-S. And basically I just supervise the clinic side of the business and manage the surgical assistants as well as patients in and out of the clinic. For the morning time, it would be for surgeries, and then afternoon would be follow-up wound checks, biopsies, etc. I also am the OSHA officer, so I make sure the staff and patients are safe throughout the surgical process. So I do circulate a little bit, but also act as a surgical assistant when I'm needed. And any preoperative communications that are needed prior to surgery, I have to initiate them with the attending physicians. So if I have 15 surgeries that need the preoperative clearances for a pacemaker or blood thinners, then I'm the person that will be contacting the physician prior to the scheduled surgeries. Other things that I do in the clinic are I suture on grafts. So typically the grafts that we do are fairly small, but they're for the nose or the ears. I also help the physician close up or put on the external sutures for patients with the grafts, like for the donor sites that we took the skin from. And then if there's typically time, I will teach the surgical assistants how to suture on grafts just to build onto their resume. That may be once a month. And then I'm also the resource for the clinic for medical questions when the physician isn't there. So if there's a question with medications or medical history or precautions, then I'm the person that they would contact. So moving on in terms of short-term goal, it would be to finish the Bachelor's of Nursing program, which this is my second to last class before I'm done with the program, so I'm excited. And my long-term goal is to be a family nurse practitioner, in which I've already started applying to schools and am waiting to hear back. And then the next question with the introduction video was about a positive and negative experience with a nurse leader. So positive experience, I would say, working in the ICU, I was pushed to the limit, and even at times when I didn't know how much more I could do, I realized the next shift that I was able to manage that and from that point I just kept building on my skills. A negative experience is just sometimes when you're managing 60, 70 people or multiple units, things slip through the crack. And so I was up next for this position, but the nurse manager went over, instead of telling them, hey, we have this other person for the position, she gave that other person the position that I was up next for. So then I had to confront the nurse manager to validate that that was a true fact, in which it was. So how did those two experiences, or all the experiences that I've accumulated since starting in the ICU, help me to this point? Well, managing this clinic is my first time really managing in the nursing field, so it's really been challenging because I have new surgical assistants every 6 months or a year. They're out of college and I'm teaching them everything from scratch. And so how to be their manager, but how to be their confidant, but not cross the line of, hey, you can't just say anything in front of me. So there's a balancing act there, but also standing up for them when they need someone on their side. So I have to. I guess my backbone's a lot sharper now. And then I guess I wanted to not just be a manager that would tell and delegate tasks. I wanted to participate and help the girls or the surgical assistants and the rest of the clinic, help them. Excuse me. I wanted to speak up for them, but also do as I would do as I would say, and want to keep my promises. I didn't want to lie or have anyone feel as if that I've lied to them, because I know that feeling from previous experience, and I don't want to continue that type of leadership experience, leadership skill moving forward. But I'm trying to fine tune my leadership skills, and I do get 90-day reviews about how I can fine tune things, and I'm very receptive to criticism. So thank you for listening and watching my video, and I'm sure we'll collaborate in many more modules coming up.